to the 501st Hangout, and today we're going to be talking about my thoughts on Bad Batch Season 3 thus far. Disclaimer, I am recording this before watching the newest episode, which comes out on March 6th as the time of recording this, so just keep that in mind. So, with the 3-episode premiere of Bad Batch, I liked the first 3 episodes enough. I think that it was obviously all Crosshair and Omega on Tantus, and I really like how we got to see them grow over the 5 months that Omega was there, and I just think the trilogy of those episodes ended really well with them escaping on the ship. Is that when they escaped? I'm fairly certain that's when they escaped. We also got some pretty good Bad Batch Hunter and Wrecker action, going to an abandoned Imperial base and meeting up with younger clones who were also being experimented on. And then the most recent episode, Omega and Crosshair come across Hunter and Wrecker. They find each other at the end of the episode, and that's basically where we're at the moment. And I just want to say that Season 3 has been going great. I really liked Season 2, and Season 1 was a decent start to what I think will be a great series by the end of this. But I just want to point a few things out that I found out. Yes, we could say. Jesus Christ. I want to point out that this is just the first thing that popped to my mind. When Hunter and Wrecker meet up with the 3 younger clones, I think one of them's Stack or something. I don't really remember their names, but they changed the young voice actors for all the young clones. So it used to be the actor for young Boba from 2002 Attack of the Clones, but I think they used him for the young clone voices in the Clone Wars, but they changed it to an Australian slash like that Oceania, because that is where Tamora Morrison's from, who played Jango Fett. So I think it's a better choice of voice actor, because Omega has a Australian accent, and so does the other female clone. I can't remember her name right now, but speaking of the other clones, the other female clone has been a pretty big part of the season. I think she will continue to be, and this whole series is appearing to be about the cloning technology, and I really think that this season is going to finally explain how Palpatine returned from that infamous line from Rise of Skywalker that nobody liked, and I think that's great. We already saw that in the first couple of episodes with Palpatine visiting Tantus. That's how Omega escapes on a shuttle. But we got to see the inside of how this whole cloning thing is working, and it's really shrouded in mystery even in the show. I mean, we're learning a lot, but even so, we don't know everything quite yet. So I really like the involvement of Palpatine, Ian McDiarmid again returning to voice the character, and yeah, so that's my thoughts on the whole cloning aspect of the show. Next, I want to talk about Crosshair, because he's also he's obviously turned to the good side. If you watch Season 2, you know that he discovered the error in his ways, whatever. He met up with Commander Cody. He did some work with a clone named Mayday. And I really like how they're showing Omega and Crosshair working together and going in between their different styles of how to execute a plan. And it's really interesting because Crosshair, he is getting this hand tremor, so it's a really interesting way to see how that affects his sharpshooting skills, because that's the only thing that made him special. And it's just a very interesting way to see how I think that'll affect his character moving forward. And now with the Bad Batch meeting up with Crosshair, I think this will be again, it is currently March 6th, and the newest episode did drop today, and I have not watched it. This will probably come out either March 6th or March 7th, so just bear with me here. I'm very curious to see how Crosshair will act with Wrecker and Hunter. Again, Tech is dead. I don't know if Crosshair knew that. I can't place my finger on it. I don't know if he did or not. But obviously Echo is working with Rex. So yeah, now I'm just gonna quickly talk about what I believe is to come for the rest of the season. So what's to come? Well, the trailer gave a lot in a very few minutes. Um, so obviously in the trailer we saw Fennec Shand, we saw Cad Bane, we saw Commander Wolf, we saw Purple Clones, we saw Asajj Ventress. So there's still quite a lot to come from this season, but I think that um, the Empire will obviously use Cad Bane and Fennec Shand to try and get Omega, just like they did in previous seasons. So I think that's how they're going to be roped into it. Commander Wolf and the Purple Clones and like Rex and everything, they're going to be brought in because I think there's going to be like a clone rebellion that's going to fail miserably, and that's how we're going to see Rex end up with Wolf and Gregor on Sealos. And then Asajj Ventress, I don't know how she plays into this at all. She supposedly died in Dark Disciple, the book, but I don't know how they're going to do that. Probably going to tie into Ahsoka a little bit with Dark Sister magic and Thrawn, maybe. We'll have to see. But other than that, I'm just really hoping for some cool, good old fashioned Bad Batch action. And there are 15 episodes, and we're 5 down, I think, so 10 more to go. There's a lot that needs to happen, and I think that it will go well. I really have high hopes for this season, and I think Disney's placing a lot on Dave Filoni and his team to make this season good, and I think that it will be good. So, yeah. So, I don't really have anything else to say. Like the video if you like the video. Subscribe if you want to see more Star Wars content. And it's been the Fiveverse Hangout. Later, nerds.